This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City. Hello, I'm John Cullum, and this is my wife Emily Frankel, and we're joining you again for the weekend
to talk
chat
for
about,
my blog and
right.
stuff. Talkery.
And what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I wondered if people wonder what our daily routine is.
Oh dear.
Do you know what our daily routine is?
Well,
we have a boring daily routine.
Who?
You and me.
Well, I don't think so, Emily, because
you and I. Wrong grammar.
Well, our routine changes when I'm working because I go on a later schedule, and then that affects your routine, and we get out of sync, and that's kind of interesting.
But we're in sync right now.
That's because I'm not working.
Well, you are working anyway, even though you're not working for money, and you're not in a show.
Yes, that's
right.
Boy,
you are putting in time. John is preparing for 2 workshops.
Yeah.
We can't give you the titles yet. They're still secret.
Right.
But
I didn't know. Are they secret?
Yeah, they have not been announced.
Oh.
But John is working early. And John is a guy who likes more sleep than I do.
That's right.
So I get up between 7:15 and 7:30. Sometimes if I'm very tired, I'll stay in bed till 5 minutes till 8. Then I tiptoe into the kitchen, turn on a coffee, have my coffee and a half a bagel that I heat up in the toaster oven gently because I don't like it toasted, because John likes his toasted.
I like a little more brown bread myself.
So I creep downstairs, and John is up about 15 minutes to an hour later.
That's right.
Now tell about what you do.
And I come in here, and I always feel the coffee pot to see how long see if it's still warm. Then I can tell that it hasn't been too long since you've gone downstairs.
But I always refill it. You didn't know that.
But I also feel the cup, the extra cup over there, so I can tell. And then I start with my bagel. I have a half a bagel every morning, and Emily has it all laid out for me sometimes, and then I call down to find out how she's doing.
Good morning.
Yeah, Emma, do you need anything upstairs?
No. And then I come rushing upstairs. I just give him a kiss.
That's right, a hug, a kiss, and then I kind of
rush off again.
That's right. She disappears and leaves me up here alone. So I end up watching a lot of programs that I like on the TV or listening to BBC.
Mostly you listen to the radio.
Right, that's true.
And if there's big sports going on like tennis,
that's
a separate thing.
Oh yeah, that I can spend hours, waste hours, but then I go downstairs and work on my computer
and mostly John boots up Finale. That's the program that he creates music on.
Yeah, Emily comes in to me. She calls me her Beethoven.
You are my Beethoven.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to call you Shakespeare. I think that'll stop.
I'm not a Shakespeare, but you are a Beethoven.
Oh, yeah?
But you're creating all the time.
I think that's because she knows I'm losing my hearing. She has to shout at me sometimes. And she also has to get me out of trouble. Even on Finale, which she doesn't know anything about, if I get into trouble, she has to come in there and look at it and figure it out.
Well, anyway, back to routine.
So that's a routine.
We hang out in our separate offices, which are right across the hall from each other.
That's right.
And then sometime around 11:30, I get hungry. I either sneak up for a snack, but small snack, because once I start eating, I get very, very, very hungry. So I try to eat very little early in the day so that I don't get too hungry, because too hungry makes me sleepy. Then we sometimes have a little breakfast together.
Yeah, when you're not worried about your weight or you're not worried about my weight, we sometimes come up around 11 and have a nice omelet. And sometimes we have cheese toast.
Just explain for a minute. Do I worry about my weight? John, you're giving a wrong impression here.
Well, you don't worry about your weight. What is it you worry about? You worry about your nutrition.
I worry about nutrition, and I worry about overeating too early in the day, because my
That-
day is a long day and I need to take a bar.
That's right.
Anyway, we're losing our daily routine.
Well, okay, then
We go back to work.
I like to have a nap. Emily doesn't nap in the day, but I like to have a nap, and she indulges me in that. Sometimes I have to take the telephone in there when I'm expecting calls, and that's about the extent of my routine as far as
Well,
routine.
then in the evening,
I've spent my life between jobs working on projects that never get done. And Emily encourages me to keep working on it. And I've got a bunch of projects that she's trying to get me to do now. And that kind of maybe will fill my time when I.
no, you
Oh.
will not retire. You will not
No.
be out of work. Anyway, all I wanted to say was we have a daily routine that's very interlocked.
Oh, yeah,
And so we're interlocked.
that's right.
And so if you want to know about our daily routine, just take the word interlocked and say, John and Em are interlocked. And so with that, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, if we can get ourselves separated here. So long. This is AI.R. See you next week.